It has been too long. What is up, guys? Welcome to the video. Today we are finally finishing up the BRZ. A lot of you guys have been asking me where this car has been. It's been sitting at Entice Motorsports because if you don't remember, we've been working on the Greddy turbo kit. This BRZ is now boosted and we've been waiting for the gauge pod, which is now done. Where did we put that? You remember, we first bought the A-pillar gauge pod, which did not fit at all. Secondly, we bought the glove box gauge pod, which also didn't fit because the gauge holes were too big. Now we actually got it covered in actual carbon fiber from Slick Carbon. So now this little gauge pod is completely carbon fiber. All we have to do is cut out the gauge pod holes here. But before we do any of this, look what came in for the Evo. We got a half cage for the Evo, and we're actually gonna go drop this off to get powder coated. Hopefully for this weekend I can drive the Evo up here and have this cage installed so I can actually bring the Evo to Tuner Evo with the new cage. So we're gonna bring this and it's gonna be awesome. This is a little bit scary, John. Just dropped off the Evo cage to go get powder coated. Now we are drilling the holes for the gauges to go into the new gauge pod. Good luck.
Hopefully I don't ruin this.
Oh my god. Now that the holes are actually cut through, I'm going ahead and just making them a little bit bigger so that the gauges actually fit in here nice and snug, and when the car's rolling around and stuff, these gauges will actually fit perfect and won't turn or anything. Actually looks really, really good, so I'm stoked to get this in the car. So let me go ahead and finish this last hole up right here. All right, some good news. Finally got the gauge pod fit, and the gauges actually look really, really good in here. So I'll show you like the middle one, super snug, and it's gonna look so dope inside the car. It's all angled towards me as the driver too. So I'm stoked to like see this at nighttime with like the carbon, and I think these gauges are blue. I got them in blue because the car's blue. Driving around at nighttime, going for like little night cruises in a boosted BRZ. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So now it's time to actually install these. So one other thing before we actually finish this looks so good, and it just faded into like the actual fake carbon that it comes with stock. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off as well and send this out to get carbon so that the entire thing actually flows and it's not like fake and then real carbon. So gonna drive without this for a little bit, but let's finish up wiring the gauges for now. All right, let's do it. This cockpit is sick. So we're going wideband, oil, and then boost. Boost is my least important, and then without wideband, the oil wouldn't be there. So makes sense to have it in that order. I love the positioning. The way I set these up is I have them turned slightly so it angles a little bit more towards me. I'm gonna go ahead and test it just to be sure it's exactly what I want. Oh, that is dope, dude. Damn, that's sick.
I like it.
I actually like it a lot. So I think that's a little bit too much, too aggressive there. Gauge pod is finished up. Danny's just over here detailing the BRZ because it hasn't been washed and before I even dropped it off to get the turbo kit done. So just getting it all nice and clean before I drive it home. So I'll have to do the vacuum lines, but before we do that, we're waiting on them to come in. So we're just gonna go ahead and wash it real quick. -12.
So hit zero's right here. So anything we get past zero.
All right, dudes, turbo kit is now completely finished besides the tuning portion, which is gonna get done next week by Delicious Tuning. All the gauges are in. I'm just gonna go for a little test drive here to make sure everything's okay. This car, or this kit, really doesn't even boost that high. It is okay to drive this thing around without getting into boost really. So I should be safe just until I go next week to get this thing tuned, but gotta have a little bit of fun since we just finished up. Drive it on the highway just a little bit to make sure that everything runs okay before I actually go home. I don't want to get on it too hard, but I think it's safe around like 5,000 RPM. Yeah. It doesn't want to boost over 4,000, so I'm not going to push it any harder. Oh, it sounds sick, dude.
Ah, I miss my car.